Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of our weekly watch list. This is episode 7 with me and Connor. So today I'm going to be starting off with the dollar index. As we know, the dollar index is inversely correlated to the euro US dollar pairing. So if the DXY is going up, we expect euro dollar to go down, and if the DXY is going down, we expect the euro dollar to go up. So let's look at the last few days of price action. So of course we had this double bottom sort of last week or the week before, and then we saw this rise from up to our 61.8 fib. If I put this back in, we sort of reversed from the 61.8, come down. We've sort of come down, sort of met some resistance, met some support here, and now we've sort of made our move back up to the just above the 50% fib. I'm still sort of quite bearish on this pair. I think sort of we've had this sort of bearish sequence broken, sort of turned into a little bit of a bullish move. I still personally feel like dollar pairs will start to weaken, and the DXY will start to weaken as we see this long-term channel is broken. We haven't really had a big move to the downside yet, so I still feel like there's plenty of downside potential with this one. We just sort of have to watch and let's see how it reacts to these Fibonacci levels. So let's move on to our next pair, which will be CAD CHF, something I'm actually in at the moment. So I'm in this one with a little bit of drawdown from, I think it was Friday entered. So as we can see, if I put the 78.6 in, okay, so you can see we've got this sort of trend line here, sort of bullish sequence. And then from this bullish sequence, we had sort of a double top here that we never really made a move with, and then we sort of formed this head and shoulders formation, which we did see a big impulsive break through this trend line, and now sort of we've retested this trend line, and we're actually back sort of retesting it again. So from Friday, we sort of had this double movement below the 78.6. We couldn't break through it. We couldn't maintain price above. So we come down, made this new low, and then we could plot our fib. If I just move this fib. If I just move this fib up, we can see in the longer term picture we're just above the 50, but with the most recent high, we can see that we are sort of just sitting on that 78.6 if we adjust the Fibonacci slightly. So sometimes it's important just to adjust your fib just to sort of have a different view. Of course, looking at this, we have got this sort of higher one before the trend line, and then this low here. So probably this is more accurate than what I had before. This is 78.6 fib. And from here I'm expecting price to sort of move back to the downside and make another move down. So like I said, I'm in this pair at the moment. I think if we go into the 4 hour, I might have my risk reward calculator. Yeah, there we go. So you can see my risk reward calculator here. So my stop loss is quite safely above our 78.6 in areas confidence at 7.75200, so around about an 18-19 pip stop loss. And then my take profit is quite a big target as normal. So this is below the minus 0.27, minus 61.8, and then it's down at the channel at the bottom. So that's CAD CHF. I'm looking for shorts on that one. I quite like that. Here's my target just down here. Now we'll move on to CAD JPY, another one of my favourite pairs. So with this one, we can see we had this break of trend line. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. We haven't really done too much of it. It's been quite sort of been bouncing from this trend line here. So you got one touch, two touch, and now we're looking for a third touch. We have broken below an 82 level. Obviously 83, 82, 80, 81. These are all key levels for CAD JPY. So with this, we've broken, made a new low, and now I'm sort of looking for a retracement to 38.2 or the 50%. Ideally, the 50% would be better, as that's on the trend line. But also, if we get the 38.2 and we maintain below 82, we have got 50 EMA as well. So sort of around this area of price could be quite interesting. If we go into the 4 hour, let's see what price has been like since the open of the market. So you see sort of count the trend line here. So what we could see is a break of this trend line. If I get my, we could break, make a retracement, and then we can make a move to the downside as shown. So something like that is what I'd probably expect most likely. But we'll sort of watch price and see what happens with that. So looking at shorts on CAD JPY, we can see here sort of how this 4 hour EMA, 50 EMA is always a quite strong area of resistance. So what we would like to see is sort of a bounce off here, a break, a retracement, possibly touch 82, and then we can go for shorts. So next we're going to look at the Euro Aussie pair. So the Euro Aussie pair here, So if we go back onto the daily, we can see here we've broken this long-term wedge, and then what we're looking for now is a break, and we're trying to see if we can reverse off one of our Fibonacci levels. So we have got a 50% fib here, we've got the 50 EMA. If we just put 38.2 and let's just see. Okay, so we're sort of on the 38.2 now. We're just sort of sitting in between, with the 50 EMA sitting in between the 38.2 and the 50. So what we're looking for here is reversal around this area here, and then we can look to take this long. So quite a nice little pair this could be, sort of 170 pip long roughly. Let's see if we can catch this one nicely. If we do get the 50%, then it would be ideal because we've got the 50 EMA. But we could also retrace even lower, sort of a retest of the trend line, and the 78.6. That's something to be aware of. So multiple levels here we've got to watch out for, and that's why it's important that we build our confidence so we don't go in just because we're at one area of confidence, such as a Fibonacci. So here I'm looking for sort of candlestick patterns such as a morning star formation with a bearish engulfing, spinning top, bullish engulfing, and then we make a move to the upside for one of these levels or area of market structure like this, just above the 78.6. So Euro Aussie I'm looking at taking a long on. Next is Euro CAD, pair that's very, very correlated, very well correlated. So here you can see we broke out, made this new high, and now we're looking to make for price. We just adjust this, put our 78.6 in, our 61.8, take our 38 and 50 out. Okay, so what we're looking here is we're looking for price to come down to one of our golden pocket levels. Here we have sort of market structure. We have a lot of wicks, a lot of liquidity. So if we can come into our golden pocket, we can see a reversal around here. Obviously, we did see a big rejection on the 21st, which I believe was Thursday. So on Thursday, we did see a big rejection, sort of momentum start to switch to the bears. So now we're looking for a reversal from one of these golden pocket areas, and then to take this up to our minus 27% fib, which is around 1.8365. So sort of about 200-300 pips there. So that's something I think will be quite nice. Nice Euro CAD reversal up to the upside. I think Euro will gain strength this week. Euro US dollar. So this one obviously correlated with the DXY. We can see how we actually reversed. We can see how we've had our double bottom, and then we've had some correction, and now we look to be impulsive moving downside. I don't think this will last much longer, if I'm honest. I think sort of around this 1.1 will stall, and then we'll also stall around this market structure here. So I think personally, with the DXY looking to reverse as well, I think we will see Euro dollar sort of come down to these areas and then sort of reverse back to the upside. So I think that one will look to go long with. We can see obviously the 50 EMA is sitting just above price, so that might be an area of resistance for now. But I think obviously if we do get that switch on the DXY around this area, I think that will be quite crucial to obviously seeing the Euro US dollar go long. So GBP New Zealand, I don't really trade this pair too much, but I do quite like this setup. So we've got this trend line, 50 EMA just below, and then we've got the 38 and the 50 fib here. So I think with this one, obviously, we've got sort of a nice sort of area of confluence here, and I think this will be quite interesting to see. And if we can catch the long, we're in for a sort of nice sort of amount of pips. So around what's that, 600-700 pips, and it'll be quite a nice move to catch. But like I said, I don't really trade this pair too much, and I think the New Zealand dollar's been quite weak lately, and the pounds, as always, has been a bit volatile, so we have to be careful of that one. So now moving on to New Zealand dollar JPY. So this one, you can see we're sort of in the opposite way. We're in a bearish move here. So like I said, it's been quite weak lately, and I think just like last week, we haven't really had much change. So we're sort of consolidating around this area in between the 38.2, the 50 fib, as well as 50 EMA. Personally, for me, I think this one is still good for shorts. So depending on how we react to this 50, sort of this proven to be a long area of resistance, sort of 1 week, fake out, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks, and then I think this one probably will close below as well. So I think this one quite interesting. Keep below 50 fib, and if we do see a nice reversal pattern such as an even star formation, which is a bullish engulfing, spinning top, bearish engulfing, then we may look to take a short here. Quite interesting to see here, we've got this sort of massive close below the trend line as well. I think maybe just that 50 EMA is proving to be a little bit of support, and we'll see what will be stronger, the 50% fib or the 50 EMA, and if we can break below the 50 EMA, then shorts are valid. Now moving on to New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Obviously with this pair, we was looking at the head and shoulders last week, and we sort of haven't seen too much movement. So obviously with the dollar seeming to be weakening, I think that's why we're not sitting too much with this short on the head and shoulders. I think with this, we're sort of just having to wait to let price show its hand. There's nothing really in it at the moment. We have got this trend line here and these fibs, but price isn't really interacting with it at the moment. It's sort of just sitting above and sort of around this area of market structure. So with this one, I think just sit on our hands for now, and we'll let it show us card whether it does break the neckline or whether it does come and touch a trend line. I think personally for me, I don't really like the head and shoulders anymore. I don't think the move will happen. So if we get rid of this, I think it's something to watch out for. But I think I prefer this move here, taking the long, especially with the DXY looking to reverse. So I think maybe we could see a nice 38.2% rejection with the 50 MA, and then break through market structure and then take this higher. Next, we've got dollar Swiss. So another pair I quite like to trade. So as you can see here, we've got the high here and the low down here. We've got the 38.2, the 50, and let me just add the 6. Let me take out these ones and add these in. Okay. So using different charts and obviously different pairs, we use different Fibonacci's because there's different areas of market structure and areas of confidence that we use to sort of look for our entries. So here, obviously, we have retraced a lot further, so therefore we look at 0.631.8 or a 78.6. So you can see we have this high here that's proven to be minor resistance. So sort of these wicks weren't getting above. This one sort of struggled to break above, and this one's sort of looking to spin the top. So what we might have here is a bearish engulfing that comes back down. If we can get a little bit higher, reverse from this 78.6, shorts will be valid, and that'd be quite nice to see. And obviously DXY could be weakening as well. That's why we might be seeing it. So that's just like the DXY. Expect this one to go a little bit higher and then reverse to the downside, and then we'll sort of come down to our minus 27% fib, which is at 0.97881. So as you can see, nice amount of pips available there, about 1,000 pips. 2,000 pips available. No, 200 pips available. 200 pips available on that one. So it'll be quite a nice move as well. And then finally, USD JPY. So here in USD JPY, you can see we've sort of had this channel. It's like the DXY actually. We broke the channel and now sort of just sitting on a 50 fib. And now I think we're waiting for DXY to sort of give that momentum for this USD JPY to break out these Fibonacci's and break through this 50 MA to make this move to the downside. So for me, I think this one's still valid for the short. If we go into the 4 hour, we can see how price is sort of reacting. So it's sort of come down. It's sort of made a minor double bottom on the 0 fib, and make sure if you use TradingView, make sure to press the lock tool, and then that way these fibs don't move when you try and play around, or any of these indicators or tools. So with this, I think we'll just sort of sit at this 50 fib and then wait for the DXY to make a big move, and then we'll see dollar yen drop to the downside. I did actually have GBP AUD as well, so this one I'm in as well. So we've got a nice big impulsive candle at the moment. I'm risk free in this one, but I also have my stop loss in profit. So I think my stop loss is around 1.89683. So on one of my positions, I think I would have just got stopped out in profit for a nice sort of 80 pips, and I think my other position, which is running in about 70 pips, I have my stop loss just slightly higher, just above this candle here, so just below the 61.8. I personally feel like this is sort of going to be a big reversal back to the downside. I don't think we'll sort of maintain this bullish pressure, but we'll wait and see. We could see this come up to another one of our fibs. If we get a 0.5, 0.32, probably around one of these levels at the moment. Yeah, perfect. So let me just extend this. So you can see we're sitting on the 38.2 at the moment, so this could just be a chance for a scaling as we had before, where price come back up, touched the 0.5 and then fell back down. So potentially a scaling opportunity on the 38.2 fib. If I just change these. And then potentially we can see shorts down to this level here, around 1.87158 for a nice 200 pips. So this is another one to watch out for. I think obviously with this break, we've had this head and shoulders that's possibly been created as well. We could see a big move to the downside. Obviously we can mark out our neckline around the 0 fib, and then we can expect price to come down even further. So that's my weekly watch list for this week, guys. Make sure you tag me in any positions that you get into. Any questions or any potential setups that you're looking at yourself, please feel free to message me them on Connor_RF Trading on Instagram, or obviously comment on down below. And any messages I'll get back to as soon as possible. Have a great week, guys, and let's catch lots of pips.